Welcome to BloodRayne 2, a game that is a thirst trap in more ways than one. We're going to be drinking a lot of blood and being gratuitously horny for an extended period of time, if the first game is anything to go off of. I played the first game for the first time earlier this year, and I was very impressed by it. It was incredibly simple. One melee button, one ranged attack button. You just hammer them, and you pretty much win the entire game. But along the way, you get good dialogue, good characters, and you have a lot of good fun slaughtering Nazis as an absurdly overpowered vampire. This game, I understand, takes a more story-based approach, in that it actually tries to tell a story. So that should be interesting. And it seems to have much higher production values, although those splash screens at the beginning wouldn't necessarily make you believe that. But this title screen is very fancy. I feel like we're about to start playing a Batman game. Also, we've got some features we didn't have in the first game. Like, for example... well, the extras, we're probably going to be unlocking those later on. So that menu is actually completely empty, but... what we do have is, for one thing, brightness that starts off at 69% by default. My kind of game. And widescreen. Very nice. That should add to the cinematic effect they are going for, and more than likely going to pull off. Now, the first game was so obtuse that I didn't even have the option to play it blind. I tried, and it was a complete mess. I played parts of it blind, but for the most part I had to practice run so that I would know what the hell was going on. The level design was just too much to decipher at a glance. This game, I'm at least starting it blind. This episode is blind. I have watched the opening cutscene, and I've read through the manual, and that's all I know about this game. So, I might have to save it in editing or something, but... for at least this one video, you're getting a fresh reaction from someone who doesn't know a damn thing. This game apparently occurred Halloween of this year, about 2 weeks ago.
You ready? You've been quiet tonight. Yeah, you shouldn't worry. You've got me here to help.
I'm not worried, Severin, and I don't need your help. Or the Brimstone Societies.
Well, good thing I'm fun to have around then.
Yes, it's a very good thing. I expect a number of horrible deaths tonight.
Uh-huh. I'm guessing that dress will cause a few of them.
Old Zelensky's really outdone himself tonight, eh?
Man, oh man, I've got to come to Zelensky's more often.
I told him to sell early, but you know Tom.
Amazing.
My God, look at that.
Good night, nurse. Oh, that's definitely stimulating my economy.
Jesus, Bill sees her and I'll be on my back for the rest of the weekend.
Okay, mics are working fine. I'm gonna check out the upper floors.
Pardon me, Mayor, Governor. I'll return in just 1 minute. Yes, it's very clever. You look thirsty, Chief. Why don't you hail a passing scotch? Hello. Welcome. Daryl Zarinsky. And I, do mean welcome. It kills me to ask, darling, but have we met?
Darling, I'm sure you'd remember.
But you have no drink. Heads will roll. I've brought up a case of lovely Merlot for this evening.
Please, but something stronger. I never drink wine.
Meet me at the stairs, will you? If you can tear yourself away, darling. Nice turnout. City council, captains of industry, high rollers, mob bosses. Everyone's here but the crown heads of Europe.
They're shooting up in the bathroom with a couple of sultans. You find anything?
Mm-hmm. Nose round a bit upstairs. Looks like our host Zarinsky, darling, is a member of your extended family. A brother, likely.
Half-brother. Like I'm half-vampire. Never forget that.
Yeah, well, that's still all bad news for him. There's one room in particular upstairs, locked tight, very high security.
You didn't break in?
You're interrupting. A lot of Zerinsky's staff are wearing the sigil. The vampire overlord Kagan may be long dead, but his cult is still at large.
Like Brimstone suspected. And that makes Zarensky their grand wizard. Sick bastard.
Whatever's behind that door upstairs is probably very educational.
This might be fun after all. I'll take a look. You have something for me? Hello, angels. I missed you.
Not your style, Rain, but you'll want to be a little cautious, okay? Oh, that's real nice. Both hands on the stair rail, please.
Unfortunately, no subtitles on the pre-rendered cutscenes. Was the same way in the first game. Sort of adds to the cinematic effect. Sort of. I don't know if anyone else has this experience, but usually when I watch a movie, like, the background noise of the first, like, half hour of every movie I watch completely drowns out the dialogue. Like, I can understand about 2/3 of what the characters are saying. But maybe that's just me. BloodRayne recreates that experience for some reason. Controls in this game utterly revamped. We have, revamped. Of all the games to not have a subtitle, they couldn't have just called this BloodRayne Revamped? Come on. Anyway, we've got blade attacks and kick attacks. We still have one gun button, but we don't have any guns, so it is useless at the moment. Writing very, very sharp in this game. That, she certainly stimulates my economy line. I've heard that before. Either it's a very famous line that has been oft repeated from this game, or it's been referenced in some other thing that I've watched. I honestly have no idea. But that's enough vandalism for now. Let's, slaughter some aristocrats, maybe? First game had us mass killing Nazis. Looks like this one's starting us off killing a bunch of wealthy elites. And wealthy elite vampires at that. I can definitely get behind that idea. Destructible environments definitely weren't a thing in the first game. They are pretty fun, gotta admit. Oh, right through the piano. Without disrupting the candlesticks. That one's roped off, and we do respect the velvet rope.
Area's off limits to guests, lady.
I'm no guest, pal.
Got some on-screen suggestions as to how to get an invite.
You should run. It won't help, but it might make you feel better.
Reduce them to guts. They were not prepared for us and our obviously gigantic oversized blades. They're a little less oversized than they were in the first game. Ooh. Immediately drink someone's blood. I don't think we even needed to do that. Ooh, but it did break down the barrier. Still can't go through. Very rigid route they want us to take. Oh yeah, and an honest-to-God lock-on system. Hold L1 and maintain your target. Combos will change if you are locked on to a target. And obviously once we have a gun, lock-ons will be even more important. Right now, all of our combos are either square, 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 or circle, circle, circle.
You guys have got to keep together.
And I thought somebody was gonna lose an eye.
We can change our combos by holding forward or back. And obviously by being locked on or not locked on. That one must have hurt more than all the other dismemberments we've committed. Let's see. Want to try something out here. These guys are hounding me. They don't want me to experiment on their very flesh for some reason. There it is. We can slow dance with people while we're draining them.
Get in here!
And one more system that we should take a look at.
Easier on yourself.
Interesting.
You guys have got to keep the sheep together. I need help over here.
This is Aura Vision, and it shows us where checkpoints are. It was available in the first game, but it had this horrible screen blurring effect that made it almost unusable. I avoided it as best I could. We have several other powers. Blood Rage is now a type of vision, which is controlled with a D-pad. Let's try it out. Has an animation when you start it up. And it scares our enemies away.
That's how I like it, honey. God, I'm horrible.
Aura Vision does not cost any rage as we use it. All of our other special abilities do. And our third special ability is to slow down time. But it also slows us down. So it is at the moment of dubious value. Is there anything else to explore? I assume this game is extremely linear, without any secrets or collectibles to worry about. But we shall find out. There's the on-screen prompt for what I was doing just a second ago. We have our harpoon, an old memory item of our good friend Mince, dearly departed.
Not supposed to be in here, lady.
Shut the May I escort you back to the party, ma'am?
Oh, we got the Joker here. Trying to save face, but it's all in vain. Apparently we had to be locked on in order to use our... Ooh, harpoon items. Locked on to use our harpoon. Okay. And speaking of, harpoon throw enemies onto the rhino horns, which are up there. I like that suggestion. There he goes. Environmental kills are apparently a major mechanic of this game. And our level up system is based on doing environmental kills. Oh, missed that one. Maybe he'll get another shot. There he goes. I should probably block more. I hate blocking in video games, but it is necessary sometimes. And the enemies are despawning, tragically. Can't fill all the rhino horns with corpses. This ain't Splatterhouse. So we are leveling up our character. Our max health and maximum rage meter will be permanently increased if we do enough environmental kills. That is how we get these level ups. And I don't think I can move on to the next room yet. Pretty sure they just want me to slaughter these folks.
Where's my backup?
Yep, looks like it. I believe those guys have tiny little pistols in their hands, though. They are ready to use them. Am I going the right way? Technically, yes. And fatalities. A much needed ability in the first game. Now we actually have them. We can do some weird stuff with our harpoon. Apparently we can't feed on downed enemies like we could in the first game. Maybe we'll learn how to later on. Or maybe I just don't know how. I read the entire manual, but like, If you've ever tried to play a board game for the first time and just read all the instructions with no context, it's a lot to take in.
You can't be here, lady.
Oh man, look at the blade. She's damp here.
Damp here go down just like anybody else.
Oh, not just like anybody else. Wanna try me?
First time in the series Dampier has been said out loud. It was in the manual in the first game, but they never bothered to actually speak the word. As important as it is.
Ooh, this is quite a bedroom. Bet I'm the first girl to see it by choice, huh?
Non-consensual sex acts are kind of a recurring theme in the BloodRayne series, unfortunately. The first game never mentioned it, but that is how Rain was conceived. Which is one of the reasons she wants to murder her father. Rightfully so, I will say. Let's top off our health. Blood refills seem to be quite a bit faster now. And when we're done with a host, we can just instantly kill them by pressing one of the other face buttons. Which should speed up the pace of the game dramatically over the first one. Use our human shield. Rain refuses to pick up the guns in the area. They are beneath her. Literally and figuratively. Slice this guy's spine apart. Till he eventually falls to pieces. But for now, our combos are so simple, they'll just be a matter of tapping the square button 3 times or the circle button 3 times. And thus far, I've opted for the square button every time. Just checking out some of the fatality animations. Some kind of secret in the desk, I guess. Looked like it was this desk, but Auravision says otherwise. We should be able to see our target through the wall, and indeed it was this desk. I was just not touching the right area.
Hell of an operation you've got here, Zelensky. Cult of Kagan's gone multinational, huh? Now I know exactly who I'm up against. Wow, I haven't seen one of you guys for decades. Where you been hiding yourselves? Oh, the old tongue still? I never learned it. Seemed kinda highfalutin.
Alright. Let's kill another Dampier. Doesn't seem like there's much more to Blood Rage than there is to default combat. Except that we can't block. And when injured, it will take points off of our Blood Rage meter instead of our health meter. So I'm just hammering buttons. Waiting for him to die. There he goes. Spinning into oblivion.
Thanks for the lesson, bitch.
Ah, sick burn. Guess we gotta go find another teleporter. Surprised to find that there are teleporters here in this rich person's house. Also surprised to see definite Nazi symbology. That's the Gegengeist group symbol from the first game. And the pirate flag. They're some of history's greatest villains as well. This is, for the record, after World War II. I believe by several years, although I'm not sure. I'll see what the game tells us. We did meet Severin at the beginning of the game, who is apparently our liaison between us and the Brimstone Society. We had a liaison in the first game who initially was Mince, but then she betrayed us, and then it turned out she didn't betray us, and then etc., etc. But we had another liaison called the Dark Man. We never saw him. We never actually met him, learned his name. Nothing. He was not a character at all. Okay. I have no idea what's going on. Sometimes this series of jumps works. Sometimes it don't. This one worked better. Let's try this again. No. Okay. Weird. So maybe I should wait until I reach the apex of my jump, then do a leap forward. Let's give that a shot. Nope. I am stuck in a wall and levitating. So this is the kind of obtuse level design that ruined my blind runs of the first game. She refuses to climb up walls. Maybe this thing. We did not end up having much to say about the book. And there's a staircase over here. Sometimes the simplest solution is the correct one. Now they're called vampire doors, not teleporters. Looks like that was some kind of a job well done. We defeated a mini-boss. Let's save the game. I was told there would be autosaves. Maybe we had to designate a save first, and then it'll autosave for the rest of the game. We'll find out. Take your time. Hopefully every save is not like that. Yeesh.
Uh-huh. Thought I might find you here. Even dead, you're a thorn in my side. You've been gone a long time, Kagan. I've been taking care of your family for you, though. One at a time, all across the world for 70 years. I think I'm nearly done. What do you think of me now, Father?
We thought we were strong enough to take him, but we couldn't even hold him.
Kagan. Where is he now?
Library.
I'm going to destroy you.
Oh, one of mine, aren't you? But you smell tainted. Which one was your mother? Never mind, I'm terrible with names, but I trust she died painfully, like the rest of her family.
You Nazi asshole! You're gonna—
Nazi? Hardly. I'm breeding an army of my own. That idiot Hitler is simply teaching me to lead one. Not that he knows that. Yes. The Vesper Shard. Exactly what I was looking for. Now, you're going to destroy me. I'll provide an audience.
Sir Tremaine?
Oh, so you two know each other. Ah, I see. Yet another you stole from me, Professor. Raised it as your own, did you? Taught it to kill its own kind. And after all the trouble I took to create it. And all the other mongrels just like it.
Rain, get away! Run!
Put him down, you lying rat-sucking son of a bitch!
Liar, definitely. But so is he. Didn't you tell it what you intended to do This, Professor, you kill your filthy half-breed pets. Yes, Professor, destroy all vampires. I think most definitely not.
Kagan's sick dream of a fully bred vampire army died with him that day. And because he murdered my mother's family, I've spent the last 6 decades finding and eliminating his. Just returning the favor.
How about some music?
The Master, Mr. Zorinsky, would prefer that all the guests remain downstairs, madam.
The Master can blow me, monkey suit.
Wait a minute, look, she's Dampier. Are you one of the Masters?
No way, the Master hates Lady Dampier. He'd never have one around.
Fireplace time. Hell yeah. Oh, and hilariously enough, the instruction manual says that Kagan was killed in an accident after World War II. That was one hell of an accident we just saw. A guy with his own intestines wrapped around his neck. Setting off a light grenade to kill him. Get them all in the fire. Except this guy. I think we could have fatality'd him into the fire and maybe gotten points for his death and his blood. But I'm nowhere near that advanced a player yet to try and test that out. I'm gonna have to change the camera controls at some point.
Damn it.
Well, that sounded expensive.
Sure did. Think I can expense it to Brimstone?
Let's wait till we see the final bill for this evening.
I'll keep my receipts.
So apparently that was the first of our, they're called killing puzzles, where this game makes you feed a certain number of human bodies to an environmental hazard in order to advance. We also threw someone onto that deer's antler, purely by accident. But environmental kills will be literally required for progress. At, I understand, numerous occasions throughout the game. Which kinda rules. Very good way to switch up gameplay from your generic hack and slash stuff. Now, this appears to be a dead end, since we do respect areas that are off limits. So not there. Gotta use my aura vision to find... Is this where we would have come from? Yeah, I guess we gotta use it anyway. To get closer to those green symbols. Okay. There's our answer. Not down here, though. Of course. That does make logical sense. Let's check our current objective. Investigate further. I was gonna do that anyway. Never really know what to expect when you boot up a sequel to a game. When I was quite a bit younger, I was under the impression that sequels were automatically superior to their originals. Because logically, the only reason to make a sequel would be to, if you had the base game, use that as a foundation, improved on it, added additional features, put it in an interesting new setting, and boom, you've automatically made a better game. Just by pure logic alone, that's the only reason to make a sequel. And that is 100% correct, except for the fact that video games are art, and you can't just take an art and immediately make a better one simply because you have an extant one standing before you. There's much, much more to it, and the end result is going to be subjectively absorbed by its player base, regardless of your intention. If video games weren't art, then what I said would have been true, if not for the profit motive, which states that a video game will have a sequel so long as that sequel is profitable. It could have no other reason to exist. They could have no access to the original developers, or even the original base game's mechanics or anything. Just that IP. If it'll sell units, they will make that sequel. Which is why the vast majority of sequels are horrible. Especially in video games.
Getting too hot to handle.
Party's downstairs, ma'am. Blindsided.
Cut his jugular while he was writhing around on the floor. These ragdolls are great. Like, legitimately. They're terrible, but they're great. Trying to get her on the rhino horn, but the doorway stopped her. But yeah, this seems to be one of those sequels that takes everything that was bad about the main game, the original, throws it right in the trash, and improves on the huge void left behind in every way possible. Thus far, it's very impressive.
So you saw the blades. What did you think was gonna happen?
Indeed, Rain. I think we're doing ground impales there, which are not very impressive as far as animation, to the point that I'm legitimately not even sure if that's actually what we're doing. But the sound effect is very impressive. Entering the theater.
Keep the shoot together.
Ah, so kicks are kind of underpowered, but they disarm our opponents, which weakens them, makes them a lot easier to kill. I feel like we should be able to pick up their weapons, but if that's possible, I don't know how yet.
Damn it!
Our victims were almost out of blood, so they didn't heal us very much. Hopefully the next ones will be a little bloodier. Nothing good as far as art on the walls. This one's... okay, I thought for a second it was chopped in half. That is a good way to appreciate the value of a work of art. So our default combo, pretty unimpressive. That was our locked on combo and it was identical. There's our ground and pale. We got a blood donor.
That's how I like it, honey.
We are going to need quite a bit more blood. Our carnage is apparently that black dot in between the health and rage meters. That is our progress towards a permanent level up. Gotta stop screwing with the environment. Fun as it is.
Just reached a courtyard outside the study.
I was there earlier. Have you been practicing your acrobatics?
I guess. Just one more thing I'm naturally good at.
And here's a big old gimmick of BloodRayne 2. Climbing on various poles. Up on the left stick to swing. Can reverse direction and jump off. Jump off. There we go. Yeah. So it didn't let me jump off the first time, and then it made me jump off the second time. You can turn around by pressing left and right on that analog stick. Oh, we gotta reverse our direction. That's why it didn't work last time. It's a bit tank control-ish. So when I was facing towards the back wall there, and I pressed forward, it started swinging me towards the back wall, which was away from the camera. That's going to be a little awkward to get used to. Vertical poles. There are many different kinds of poles. Uh-oh. Okay, save that one. Down to hang and X to jump off. Now we gotta do a rail grind? I don't like my odds of landing on this. Okay. Bit of magnetism on there. You'd think I'd have enough practice with rail grinds to be confident in it, but no. Now what? Save me, Auravision. Ah, more poles, of course. Should've known. You can see the yellow aura clipping through Rayne's body. And 10-point dismount for our pole dancing tutorial. Someone had to say it. That is definitely the inspiration for all the poles that we're going to be spinning around. Well, it works better than Catwoman, I'll say that much. This game was released in 2004, 2 years after the first game.
Yeah, kinda stings, huh?
In the age of yearly installments for many different game franchises that were this successful. I kinda hoped I could land him on the spear. Maybe I could have, if I'd been a little more accurate. But yeah, they took a bit of time with this sequel. Looks like it needed it, because it is a huge improvement thus far. I mean, look at this monster design. That's pretty cool. Monster design in the first game was excellent. Looks like they stepped that up a notch as well. But so far, we're just fighting weird punks in this rich person's mansion. Quick save, do I risk it? Let's see how long this takes. For some reason, we're loading data to do a save. Yeah, if the save system works the way it did in the first game, we're not going to need to save, except at the end of sessions from now on. I will keep that in mind, because these are some really long save times.
Rayne, where are you?
It looks like I'm on the roof of the mansion.
There's a lot of Zarinsky's men on patrol. I'd stay off the lower roof if I were you.
Then I gotta find some way across without going down there.
Where'd she go? Where the hell did she go?
Okay, we're gonna want to stay up here, I guess. There's a bunch of rails and poles to maybe get us there. She can go over the lower level.
Did you even see that coming?
Slicing over a guy's head while insulting him about his lack of spatial awareness. Making our way up, then back down for a snack. Oh, where to next? Poles. Okay, hold forward, and then hit the jump button. That is the key. I imagine it actually would be very difficult to shoot someone while they were spinning around on a pole. Sliced her head in half. That's a neat little effect. Mere decapitations won't do. Okay, powered security door. What the hell does that mean?
Too many stairs and you've got scaffolding.
I want to turn that around. Yep. Keep forgetting about the pseudo-tank controls while we're on a rail. / pole. Trying to keep that in mind, but it's so hard not to move relative to the camera. And speaking of the camera, keep flipping it in the wrong direction. I'll have that fixed by the next recording session. Up we go. Just in case. Drink this guy's blood. Slice his head off. We got wires here. There we go. It was hard to tell in Aura Vision. Got a bit of that Batman Arkham Asylum problem, where you are tempted to just play the whole game in the supervision mode. Detective mode, it was called in that game.
She may have gotten past me.
But you do lose a lot of detail when you play it that way. Not sure. Okay, we can get back to the rail here. And there we go.
Oh, no way. They're real?
What you got? Something interesting?
My god, Severin. Zarinsky's got the Carpathian dragons. I thought they were just legend.
That's what Brimstone thought as well. Rain, are you there? What happened?
Oh, I'm fine. It's just they're so beautiful.
And extremely dangerous. Listen, if they're the real Carpathian dragons, they feed from the blood of their Dampier host. That's you in this case. They alchemically process the raw material into vampire lethal projectiles. You're gonna have to feed to fill their reservoirs. You can still use them when their reservoirs are empty, but they'll draw blood directly from you.
That's right, our guns do not use ammunition. They fire blood. That is very cool and very edgy and very in keeping with the nature of BloodRayne. It is going to have us drinking a lot more blood than we might otherwise, though. Don't need a quick save.
You guys have got to keep the chute together.
Triangle plus R1 reloads pistols while feeding. Everyone's on my case already. I'll just jump on their heads and get out of here. So far the damage is unimpressive.
Damn, I'm a couple of quarts low.
Oh. Didn't realize that we couldn't eat someone who was armed. Oh. I think I used him to reload my guns instead of my health bar. Not a total loss, but because I made that mistake in trying to attack someone who had a pole to defend themselves, I am pretty low on health. I don't think there's anything to see up here. I think I was being ushered towards the door back down here. But I'm not seeing anything to do. There we go. Back to a fancy garden, mildly ruined by fascist flags. I mean, I assume these ones are. The ones in the main hall certainly were. Oh, they really let us go a long way to just come to a dead end. Oh, never mind. Good thing I tried out Aura Vision. Let's see if I can do this efficiently this time. Without making any time-wasting mistakes. That was weird. So when we're on the vertical poles, movement is relative to our camera position. But we're on the horizontal ones, movement is fixed, regardless of camera position. Oh, this is gonna take a while to get used to. Uh-oh. Yeah, looks like we're gonna need to shoot while we're on poles. We got a lock on, Rain? No? No. That's not great. Let's just use the balconies to defend ourselves. Uh-oh. Rain, what are you doing? Okay. We got this. We got a sliver of health left. Come on, loading screen of some variety. Or victims. I'll take victims. The design on our guns is really cool. The way they are syringes that we could use to drink blood. That corpse really liked being drained of blood.
Big surprise to his guests.
Where are you? Are you in trouble?
Just outside the ballroom. I'm fine, just keeping clear. Can't say as much for the other guests. Get here soon or you'll miss it.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be worth a lot of points. Let's just get out to the main hall. See if we can avoid those opponents. Doesn't necessarily look like it, though.
Gotta make a withdrawal from the blood bank.
Party's downstairs.
I think if I bite someone from behind, I can then... Nope. I can do different kills, that's for sure. But I may not shoot enemies while feeding.
Looks like we've got a party crowd.
The manual said there was a way to do it. And I will probably figure it out later. I can't remember if I mentioned yet, our guns can also level up. Which will not only change their damage, but change the way they attack? Oh, forgot she had a pole.
That's how I like it, honey. That's how I like it, honey.
So let's try and fill up our guns when we can't fill up our carnage. Permanently break her self-defense weapon.
Uh-oh. Dragon's reservoirs are running low again.
And can't shoot my guns too much more. They are out of real ammo and will start to kill me if I try to fire them anymore. Let's see what hell our host has unleashed on his own party guests.
I think Zarensky just blew his membership at the country club.
Behaving badly? It's how he was raised.
See for yourself. I believe it's time to do what you do. I'll do what I do and meet you later.
He's not going to tell us what happened. Just wants it to be a surprise.
Who are you?
Oh, come on, Z. I'm the Black Sheep, the one nobody talks about. I'm on a world tour visiting every bastard child of Kagan I can find.
Ah, so you're the mysterious assassin. Well, you've certainly been on a spree, haven't you?
We weren't even sure you were real until poor Delinda showed up without her head.
The one in the West Indies with the snakes? She gave me your name. Didn't want to, though. Very loyal.
Hardly. None of them are. You've intrigued me, but I fear I must attend to other events. So I bid you good night, little sister. Please, make yourself at home.
Ugh. All right, playtime's over.
Did we just get deprived of a boss fight? It sounded like he was going to throw a boss at us. Then he ran away. I'm curious to see what this rich asshole's plan is. Hopefully he's not the big bad of the game. That would be disappointing. It's been a bit of a long recording session, but we gotta see what the twist is here. We're probably coming up on the end of the level. Let's see.
A night to remember for all times. A prelude to the longest night. It's time to fly, my children. The family awaits our coming!
You're right about one thing. It's definitely time for you to go.
But you're my guest. It would be unforgivable to leave you this way.
Okay, he's got some kind of plan for us. Some kind of long-range boss fight. Let's close the distance. Grab some snacks along the way. I guess he's throwing bombs at us.
Somebody get in here!
Doesn't he know that's how his father died? He should be more careful. Top off, then execute. Let us see. This looks like a opportunity. Maybe? Or a vision. Nope. Guess our opportunity's over here. Huh. He's literally throwing bats at us. And I've lost track of where he ended up. Got a bit of awkward navigation on our hands here. Think I'm getting the hang of it though. Ugh, I did it again. Turned right at the last moment, because I forgot that we turn relative to the camera. And I guess he's just gonna automatically deal some damage to us every so often. Here's a bit of a shortcut, looks like. That got us a lot closer, a lot faster. And it looks like he's over on this roof. Let's start shooting with blood. That's our blood we're shooting him with.
Shoot him out of the air.
Easy for you to say. There are millions of bats here. Which do I shoot?
Use your powers to spot him in the crowd. Take aim and fire.
Gotta make a withdrawal from the blood bank.
Yeah, she's not kidding. That ain't it. And he blew up one of our potential victims.
Nice costume.
Okay, that gave us some ammo, which we are apparently going to need. if we are to kill the bats that he's throwing at us.
Blindsided.
Just keep filling our guns with human juice until such time as they are satisfied. Looks like we're about maxed out here. Grab a little more health just in case. And let's see, where is he? That big old symbol should be him. In a more convenient location this time? Oh yeah.
Keep a sharp eye. We've got incoming.
He's not very into self-defense. He'd rather have his goons do it for him.
Horrible.
Okay, shooting his bats does hurt him. And all of his friends died. Partially died. Got a few drops of blood left in him. Let's remedy that. She just refuses to die down here. Okay, she's dead. Never mind. And all the way back to the top of the roof. Hopefully he won't be able to knock us off the poles using his bats. Real quick, reload our guns. Fully reloaded. I think if we get up here, should be able to get all the way over to where he is right quick. He can attack us while we're climbing, but he can't knock us off the poles. Mercifully. Guess we did max damage pretty quickly there. What's the fastest route over there? Probably back where we were. Then over there. Then let the bats knock me down for a while, because I have no other choice in the matter. Okay, we're speeding this up at least. Little help here, Rain. Jump up there, thank you. No, 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 don't do that. What are you doing? Why have you done this to me?
How much more you think you could take?
And we'll take a little breather. Get back to climbing. Turn it around. Do another jump. Ugh. The small mercy of not being able to get knocked off the poles was an illusion. Oh. Oh, come on. I was on the platform that time. Gruesome. And she will buffer turnaround animations and do them multiple times in a row, which you would never need to do. Okay. It was an adequate death scene. I don't know what the hell just happened, but it happened, and it killed the guy. I'll take it.
Hello, you. You have anything to do with all this noise?
Actually, the whole place was wired to go up, just in case something terrible happened to Zrinsky. You managed to hold on to that list?
You bet. It's what I was hoping to find. A twisted family tree. It lists the whereabouts of the entire Kagan cult. And it looks like they're all converging right here. In the city.
I called this in. Brimstone's put their top minds on it. They're none too pleased.
I know. They've all come here. To me. I'm ending them, finally. And my father's sick bloodline will be extinct.
Zerx. Zarinsky's dead. His party was a success. With its leaders dead, the city is left wide open.
Ah, he fulfilled his purpose then. No greater aspiration in the natural order. And how did our erstwhile brother perish?
Not clear yet. There may be an interloper. I'm investigating.
I've been working on something that will interest you. No.
Smells like Slez.
Indeed, she's his mother in loose terminology. Our grand dame of the sewer still has purpose. Observe him, bursting with thick, rich blood. You can feed from anywhere. Who could have imagined a manufactured, controllable food source to ensure against the coming long winter? And father thought humans could never be made useful.
Dead God, Zerx, it's horrible.
Yes, we're also working on the taste. We'll get there.
While Mayor Randolph's highly criticized Clean Sweep for Clean Streets initiative appears to be gaining ground in the inner city, prostitution and drug activity have sharply declined. Shelters and missions have reported a drastic drop in homeless and transient...
Come on, Piggy! Pull over it!
While tensions continue to rise over the city's disappearance of several of the city's prominent citizens. Investigations continue, but neither the mayor nor police chief Brewster could be found to comment.
This is connected, right? The wholesale slaughter at Zarinsky's and the drop-off in street trash?
Brimstone thinks so. Disappearances have skyrocketed. It's like all the junkies, hookers, and homeless fell into a hole in the ground.
That, or a big goddamn vampire convention pulled into town.
Maybe. We're lucky to have you back for this one, Rain.
Yeah, well, my interests in Brimstone Society still manage to overlap from time to time.
The master list you found at Zarinsky's details the Kagan cult's hierarchy. The top positions are all his offspring, and there's a lot of them. Oh, I gotta go. Stay in touch, don't disappear.
Severin! Oh, hell.
Are we not gonna find out what happens with Chekhov's cop car there? Like, that's definitely gonna kill Severin, right? Are they gonna leave us hanging on a cliffhanger here? Wow. After all those cutscenes, they're not gonna show it. Probably when we start off the next level, we'll find out. I guess you'll have to tune in next time. That was a bit of a weak boss fight, and the level was kinda on the samey side, but it was introducing a lot of mechanics. This game is quite a bit more deep than the first one. And it loves its cutscenes, so it's a good thing they're well written and relatively well made. I'm definitely looking forward to a lot more of this game. And I hope you'll join me.